Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got videos today from sefcandy.
Get ready with me, plus let's go over the dangers and the honest truth of getting a BBL when you are super skinny and have zero to no fat. So for starters,
It is sad to just see so many women ruin themselves getting these BBLs. Skinny mini women and big women, they all do the same thing, right? It doesn't matter. They all want to have those big asses.
when I first got my BBL, I wouldn't say I was about 130 to be truthful. 125. I was like 125, 130. I can't really remember.
Decent weight, I guess, for most average height women.
And I went to Dr. Steve Torres in La Jolla in San Diego, and I had a weight lipo with 360 and transfer with fat to my hips and my butt. I mainly told Dr. Steve, I was like, I really want to have hips. Honestly, like, my inspiration was Kylie Jenner, but Kylie's body when she was like first coming out, like,
it is sad that the Kardashians literally ruined a whole generation of women. Every single generation of women after the Kardashians blew up fucked themselves over with all of this, lip fillers, Botox, BBLs. It's a sad world.
but she was like in her like dating Tyga era is a body that I loved with her, and I really liked it because I was like, oh my god, like she was so tiny, and how the freak did she get this like little like hourglass shape going on? So as I'm like getting the surgery done and I'm doing my research, one thing I will say is I didn't know how important the massages were. So I didn't get my first massage until like my 6th or 7th day post-op. I was like a week in already. And where I was living at the time, it was honestly really hard even to find a massage therapist. I was living in like the Central Valley, so like there's like at that time, especially like a couple years ago, there's like no massage therapists, and girls like around my age or anyone getting BBLs is like kind of uncommon. So when I had gotten my surgery,
Yeah, a lot of these surgeries were relegated to women in their 30s and 40s and even 50s that wanted to, put things back together and make themselves look younger. It's sad that 20-year-olds, 18-year-olds now are just getting all of this done right away. They don't even get time to grow into their body and grow into themselves. They just get everything readjusted immediately.
it was just post-op. I was very uplifting with like very together when it came to like having to put like cream on my stitches and putting band-aids, keeping my faja on. I was really good with that, but I didn't know the importance of the massages. And when I reached out to the doctor to ask him for, because my doctor was very vocal about the massages, but I just personally didn't know like how important they were. But they were giving me recommendations where to go to. They were like, where do you live? Let me help you find like a massage therapist. And I told him like exactly like in my area where I live, like it's really hard to find one. So eventually I found one. And girl, like, let me remind you, I had a Wake Lipo 360. So when I went back on that massage table, I felt like I was doing my surgery again. I was like crying. I was like, I can't do this. The massage lady was like, I can't give you a massage. She ended up putting like these little like red lights on me, and like she tried to get the líquido out of me, but she couldn't get it all, I think, because I felt like I still had some, but she took most of it out. But it just turned out to be like it really hurt. I really did not like the massages. I will say, when you get a BBL, you think the recovery part hurts. No, the massages hurt like EITCH. So then I was like, I'm already in the process or whatever. At this point, I'm probably like a month and a half post-op. I don't like my results. I'm already on like stage 2, getting into stage 3 faja, and I'm like, I don't not like.
Guys, that's the other thing, right? You spend all this money, all this pain, and you still don't get exactly what you want all the time. Not everything is guaranteed.
My results, and then like as I do more research, I really thought like my doctor did a good job. Don't get me wrong, he did, because a lot of people were like, you have a BBL, like I can barely tell. So my doctor did its job with being natural and like getting to the point, but he didn't get me like a major experience. So where I really got the really end results is when I went to the Dominican Republic. Okay, so I went to the Dominican Republic, and I went to
so she's gotten 2 BBLs. I actually know a person that has 4 BBLs to get it to look perfect.
Dr. Macael Jimenez Ferreras in Santo Domingo, and he did its job. I told him, I was like, I want hips, please focus on the hips, but I also want, a butt or whatever. He did its job, but because of the like aggressiveness they went in me, in and out, in and out, in and out, I have fibrosis. My massage therapist says that you can't tell, but I can tell. And honestly, like, my stomach is still hard. I'm gonna be a year post-op next month on the 8th, and my stomach is still hard. I still have this like little ball here, you can't tell, but whenever I eat, laugh, or anything like that and I get full, like, you could really tell, like, this like part of my stomach sticking out and this part is like in. So as I'm getting like educated now that I have a thing called fibrosis, because you could really tell, now I'm starting to see that my doctor left me uneven with my lipo, because like one side I have like fat pockets still, and especially like my back handles, they're still there
Now you have an uneven ass. Congratulations.
from my last surgery, because I was purposely gaining weight for this surgery. And when I was gaining weight for my second surgery, I want to say I was 135. Now I weigh 150. I don't look fat, but my fat either went to my butt or it's in these fat pockets now in my stomach. So my overall advice to those who are very skinny and don't have a lot of fat, yes, try the gym, but if you really want to do a BBL, I would recommend it. It does its job, but really like do your research and really understand, you know, like the pain of the massages. Find a massage therapist, get your massages right before you hit surgery, have them already set in stone with the date. Don't wait last minute, because I guess you can catch fibrosis when you don't get massages right away. And like, I wasn't aware of what the hell fibrosis was. And when I asked for a second round with my same doctor, they were like, you have fibrosis. And I was like, what is fibrosis? Because I couldn't tell. My first surgery, you could not even tell I had fibrosis at all. But this surgery, you can tell because of how aggressive they went in me.
This is part 2 on why I do
It's, I get goosebumps and like a little cringe when I hear like aggressively going in me with
regret my BBL. So as I said in the previous video, the first one came out fine, and I should have kept it that way, because as I said,
It doesn't seem like people just get one. It's very common, it seems, to get multiple BBLs because the first one never seems to do its job or not satisfied with it.
and y'all think it's so funny, I was built like an iPad. I had nothing. I'm gonna blend in the pictures so y'all can see the before and after, so y'all know what I mean. So coming from nothing to having 2 BBLs, it was just a lot for me. And at that time I was a little delulu. I thought I needed this and I wanted it so bad, so I did the round 1 and round 2. So yeah, as I said, I don't regret the first one. All I wanted to see is how my body would have changed with being pregnant and having a baby and stuff like that, and that's all. But the second one, as I said, it was a little bit too much. But now, after a few years, I lost some weight and it slimmed down a little. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it slimmed down a little. It doesn't look as bad as before, but I'm gonna blend in the picture.
You look like a weird Grinch in this picture. Holy cow. Like, you don't look good. Like, your backside and everything, it just doesn't look proportioned. That's the other side of getting these BBLs. If it doesn't look proportioned, it just looks weird. And yes, men would probably still... We just like big asses and big titties. Even if it's outrageously big, we still like them. But we're not going to wife women that just don't look proper. Right? At least proportionate or something. It's crazy.
Here's how it looked like 6 months after the surgery, so y'all can see what I mean. And I know y'all gonna say it's not that bad, it wasn't that hard.
It's bad.
I'm talking about myself. Like, for me, from coming from nothing to this, it was, I don't know. When I woke up out of my dream,
Is that what you're calling nothing? You look like a nice ass right there.
I was like 30 or 31, and then I realized it was just too much, or people asking me if I had it done. It was just too much. So I'm gonna blend in the picture so you can see the before and after, and I'm gonna make another video about people still commenting in under my TikTok if my BBL smells. I feel like I'm confident enough to share with you guys what I really regret, and it has nothing to do with surgery. What I regret is not taking care of my drain. So you know how, like, when you get your lipo, you have your drains, right? Like, you have...
Oh my god, the more I hear about this stuff, the drain. For what?
The cord and the actual drain, the little pocket where all the liquid falls, right?
Ew.
Well, I didn't take care of it properly. And mind you,
when I was getting the instructions from the nurse when I was discharged, she told me, you know, like, oh, you have to take care of it, you have to clean it, you have to take pictures daily and send it to us and everything. I was like,
Then why
okay,
didn't you do
whatever.
it?
But I feel like nobody really talks about this.
She told you. Like, I hate that women, they told me they take pictures about it every day. It's important. And then, but I felt like no one told me how important. Like, shut up. Like, the doctor and nurses gave you instructions of care afterwards. Why do you think they give you that instructions? Just for giggles or what? No, it's important. That's why they tell you.
Well, for me, I didn't take care of it properly.
No shit.
Every time I would get up, I would let it slam it on the floor. I would walk and I would let it like drag it across the floor. So what happens is that every time it would get slammed or it would get dragged, it will pull from the actual incision, making the incision bigger. It got to a point where it looked so bad that I thought for a second that it was infected. And I told my nurse and I told the girl that was helping me and everything. She was like, no, like, that's normal, but just be careful. And then the girl that was doing my massages, she was like, no, girl, like, you gotta take care of it, like, be super careful and like treat it, so handle with like care, you know?
Do I have any regrets?
It's something that's sticking out of you with a hole in you. Why wouldn't you take care of it? Does that make sense to any of you? Just to let it just dangle on and get dragged and stuff? Like, how does that make sense that you thought that was okay and it wasn't going to do any harm to you? I am so confused by a lot of these videos.
I have a lot of them. And I'm going to tell you why. One of them, and I know you guys are going to be like, what? Is the BBL. I really wish I never did it. Because as soon as you gain weight, that's the first place your fat is going to go to.
Sure.
Well, for me. I'm not really a huge fan of a huge booty on me because my frame is not too big, but my weight does fluctuate. Like, I can go from 160 to 189. I was 189 last year, but my butt got huge at one point to where I was kind of like, I don't like this. So I started to eat better and exercise, but it's mainly your eating. So I had to like control my...
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. That's what we've always said, is intake and outtake. Whatever you intake, you better be expelling a lot of energy to balance that out. If not, then stop intaking so goddamn much.
Eating, because this thing was getting really big. As of now, it's not too bad because you guys can't really see. It's not too bad because my eating is kind of like pretty good right now, I can say, and I've been exercising, but if I don't, it's a wrap. This thing is real big, and to me it looks unrealistic. Another thing I regret is getting lipo in my arms. Let me show you why. You see those 2 marks? Those are 2 lipo holes. Like, at first, actually, this one was a keloid, but I've been going to the dermatologist and he's been like injecting, I think, steroids in them. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, in a sense, that's not that bad. It's just 2 little like scars, like dot scars. I'm not saying you should go get lipo or something, but at least this one didn't seem so bad.
Injecting something in them to make them smaller. But yes, those are my 2 regrets. So lipo in your arms and a BBL. I personally recommend, if you already got like a cute little bump back there, just keep it. Like, you don't really need nothing too big. But if you got like a super, flat butt and you just want something a little more voluptuous, yeah, go for it. Or whatever look you're going for. But for me, I regret it. It's cute now, but guess what? If I was to eat Wingstop for a month and pancakes every morning and drink,
I do love chicken wings.
It's nasty to me. On me, it just looks too much. So yeah, talk to your doctor and see what they recommend, but those are my regrets.
I regret my BBL. I regret my BBL. I regret my BBL. But seriously, y'all, I regret my BBL and I'm gonna tell you why. So BBL with 360 lipo was actually the first surgery that I had. And I had
Again, I guess that multiple surgery thing is very common theme.
my BBL with Dr. Calvin Jung. Yes, that Dr. Calvin Jung. So the reason I had this surgery was because I felt like I was shaped like a door. And I don't mean a door Delano. I am talking about like a door that you open and close. It made me so dysphoric. So I balled out and I got a BBL with Dr. Calvin Jung. Initially out of surgery, I was ecstatic. Coming out of surgery and being curvy like I've never been before, it made me realize how much my body shape was really bothering me. But 2 years post-op, I'm gonna be real with y'all, I wish I had my old body. Like, I hate it. I hate it so much. The Lipo 360 BBL will change 3 things. It'll change your hips, your butt, and the curvature of your mid body. So like your tummy. So let's start with the hips. Honestly,
Yeah, people that get this liposuction, you can easily tell because they don't have a little pouch or a pooch anymore. Most people have a slight pooch, right? Even if they work out really well, even if they have like, six pack and stuff, there's a lot of women that just their ab area, they don't have abs, but it's just straight. It's just straight as, like they're like tummy tucked straight kind of thing.
I love the hips. Like, it added a curvature to me that I love from the front. I don't feel like a door anymore, and that's great. But if we're being real, if I would have just stayed on hormones for like 3 years and maybe worked out, I would have had the same result. Now, number 2, and the part that I hate, my butt. So Dr. Calvin Jung did this thing where he really scooped out my lower back. So it made the curvature from my lower back to my butt super dramatic. On top of the fat that he added to my butt, I swear I feel like I walk around and I look like the letter D. I feel so self-conscious like walking around the office. It's to a point where I got on Ozempic and I lost 20 pounds so that things would look not as dramatic. Still, to me, I think it looks ridiculous, and my thighs are so skinny supporting my butt.
And the thighs don't match.
The thighs do not match the butt. I'll be 100 with you. The thighs will never match the butt. Okay, now my mid-body. So I have a large rib cage to start with. After getting lipo to try to take away some of the fat to give me a more hourglass figure, and then losing 20 pounds on top of that, it has made my rib cage look so wide. Before surgery, everything honestly just looked proportional. Like, yeah, maybe I was shaped a little bit like a door, but
I mean, they say God created you. Now you're trying to think you're better than God, right? That's what people always say.
But my ribcage looked like it fit my body. Now my ribcage looks huge. The legs do not match the butt. I turn to the side. I look like the letter D. Like,
you know how many women that look like popsicles or the letter P? She says D, but I like the letter P better because it makes more sense because their legs literally look like sticks and there's just a big freaking lump coming out of it. Yeah, it looks awkward when the thighs don't match. These BBLs are killing y'all. And the thighs don't match.
I see the skinny girls with their little natural butts, and I even see pre-op pictures of myself, and I wish I had my body back. Like, I really wish I had my body. Like, being real, if I would have just sticked on hormones and worked out, I would have had my dream body. Do you really like want the 360, scooping out the butt, like doing all that? Or do you just want hips? Because if I'm being honest, looking back, I just wanted hips.
BBL regrets are becoming more common for several reasons. First, unrealistic expectations play a huge role. Many people see exaggerated results online from influencers or viral TikTok transformations and expect the same for themselves. But when reality doesn't match their imagined outcome, disappointment and regret often follow.
It's so true. How many of these women get it because they want to be like Kylie Jenner? They want to be like all the other stars that got it done. But what do they end up being? Just still a regular woman with a BBL. And they get treated like a woman with a BBL. Used and abused.
Second, surgery risks contribute heavily to these regrets. Complications like infection, uneven results, long recovery periods, or even
Pain.
serious health issues can turn what was supposed to be a dream transformation into a nightmare. Social media pressure is another factor, as viral trends encourage people to chase extreme results quickly, sometimes without fully understanding the consequences. Finally, the psychological impact cannot be ignored. Some individuals experience body dysmorphia, lowered self esteem, or frustration with their post surgery appearance, which amplifies feelings of regret. This is not a video about shaming women who get BBLs. It's about honesty. It's about acknowledging.
Well, I'm not trying to shame these women. I'm just like, it sucks. But this is what women have chose. And men said, we don't like it. So we want women to stop doing these things in a sense. We're not trying to shame them to stop. Well, yes, that is what we want to do. We want to shame them to stop, but we want to show them this is the reason to stop. It's not because of shame. No, there's a lot of dangers and factors to this that you're not going to want to deal with. And men don't want to deal with, because now you're depressed and sad about your body and all these things. And then us men have to deal with it and soothe you and things like that. Let's just circumvent all that and keep your bodies natural.
How beauty standards influence decisions, how silence keeps regrets hidden, and why more open conversations are necessary in a world obsessed with appearance. Please do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share.
I actually regret getting my BBL sometimes. So I got a BBL back in 2021 in the middle of the pandemic. And the reason why I say I hate it sometimes is because the way that it's shaped, the way that it's shaped is a little, I don't
wonky.
know. Don't get me wrong, like the body still be a little T a little bit, but in certain stuff, it's giving real boxy. And I don't know. Like, I guess this is for like most people anyways. Like, it ain't even just people with BBLs. Like, if you just have a certain shape, certain things you're just not gonna look good in, you know. And then like my expectation, like I don't know exactly what I expected myself to look like. Like I wasn't even shaped like what I thought I was gonna look like. Not only that, but like the weight gain, like when you get your body done and you realize that like you really you start doing certain things, thinking, drinking, and eating certain things that you feel like you couldn't have done before because your body already where you needed to be. But it catches up with you, and it catches up with you fast. After a year, like, I was over 200 pounds. No, I'm dragging it. I wasn't 200 pounds. I was probably like 185, but that's close enough to me. I don't know. I feel like I can get more into detail, but those are just some of the reasons. I thought a BBL was going to change my life. In my previous video,
A lot of women seem to think that. They think their life is just going to be automatically better all of a sudden.
there are comments circling around about the reasons why I regret my BBL. And one of the reasons why is because I thought that I was going to be making more money.
Yeah.
Now, everybody has their speculations about why I said that. Now, in my mind, what I'm thinking is when I got it done, I thought that the opportunities... Hold on, let me just think about what I'm going to say because...
She thought she was going to be hot shit and people were going to be paying her because she's hot shit with the BBL now. Sorry, girl. Everybody's hot shit. You're just a sea of many.
Yeah, hold on. I am a service provider. Let's start there.
Oh, gee. Okay, never mind.
I'm all...
My bad.
Always in the front street, whether I want to be or not, right? And I felt like I had to look a certain way in order for me to gain
Clients?
the clientele that I wanted to gain, just make more sales, stuff like that. I also used to sell clothing. Now, when I was selling clothing, I wanted to make sure that when I was modeling these clothes, I looked how I wanted to look in them. So ultimately, I feel like people are trying to emphasize like, oh, why would you think that unless you're in nightlife or you thought a man was going to, scoop you up, baby? It's never been about a man, okay? And it's never been about nightlife. And I'm not opposed to it, but...
You said you sold services.
In my mind, I was thinking that, body looks correct, more money for me and my business. So I think that's one of the main reasons why I felt like the BBL was going to change my life. Now, did it? I feel like it helped. I just struggle with consistency personally, so that's why, but I think it helped. I mean, I regret it for other reasons, but that specific one, I'm gonna need y'all to stop speculating.
This BBL backlash and the rise of BBL reversal surgeries is such a beautiful reminder that your body is not a trend. And ideally, surgery will support...
I didn't even know you can get reversal surgery. I wonder, like, how that's gonna work out. Aren't you just gonna have like saggy ass cheeks?
Your body's evolution and not a moment. Because when you make decisions with intention instead of influence, they will stand the test of time.
I urge you and I encourage you, if you got that BBL booked, okay, trust me, listen to me. I'm just a girl. Seek God. I'm just a messenger. He is the source. But seek him. And you ain't got to go too far. Just go talk to him about it. He'll reveal himself to you. I wish that I would have done that instead of doing all these things. It didn't fulfill me the least bit. I promise you, it only made me more hypercritical of myself. It only made me nitpick my body more. It only made me want to keep doing more and more modifications. That's
That makes
facts.
sense.
Please know that you are so loved, greater than your brain can even comprehend. You are so loved by the miraculous, majestic, mighty, matchless God.
At the end of the day, BBL may look like the ultimate glow up on social media, but the real life experience is often far more complex than what we see online. Regret doesn't come from wanting to feel beautiful, it comes when expectations don't align with reality, when risks are downplayed, and when people feel pressured to change themselves to fit a trend. This conversation isn't about judging anyone's choices, it's about being informed, being honest, and understanding that no procedure guarantees happiness or confidence.
Yeah, it's not like I'm trying to make fun of these women or anything, but it's a good warning sign. It's a good way for us men to look and just see how these women think about BBLs. Just think about themselves in their heads, how many surgeries they go through, and all of it's really what? Just to get male validation, male attention. This is the shit that women do. Like they say they don't like pain or like doing bad things, but when it comes to beauty, they're willing to sacrifice almost anything and everything for it. Male attention. This is why we say, hold your attention, men. Hold the line. Your attention is very valuable. Look at what they are willing to do, how much they're willing to spend, how much pain they're willing to go through just to get some of it. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. See you guys next time. Ciao.